I'm back. Finally, my life is a fucking shit show. But what's new? Anyways, so I'm here to talk about this year's halfway mark for music. If you hear any noise in the background, I am so sorry, but I live in New York City and there's nothing I can do about the noise. Even though it's 12 o'clock in the morning right now.
Bruh.
Yeah. So excuse me if I look a little dewy. It is really late and it's hot and sweating. But anyways, I'm here to talk about this year's halfway mark with music. I feel like it's been an amazing year music-wise, but unfortunately I also feel like it's kind of been like a come and go type of year music-wise. Things aren't really sticking outside of Cardi B and Drake, but there was some really good releases this year and I want to go through and just talk about some of my favorite songs. So keep in mind, this is only going to be about albums that I listen to. I'm not talking about every single album that's released since January to now. No, every album that's been released from January to now that I've listened to. So if something gets left out, then that means I didn't listen to it and I didn't care to listen to it. Okay? And I'm going to name 1 to 2 tracks off of each album, just saying which one is my favorite. So starting off the year, of course, we had the Migos with Culture 2. This album honestly got about a week's worth of replay value for me, and then I was over it because I was like, I feel like this sounds like everything that I've heard from y'all, so I'm not really that crazy over it. But my favorite songs off of the album, definitely Stir Fry. Well, the singles were the best. Stir Fry, Motorsport, Walk It Like I Talk It. But one song that wasn't a single that is actually my favorite on the album is Gang Gang. I don't know, maybe because it's really catchy and it's kind of cheesy, but I really like it and it's cute. Everything else is trash. Oh, and Bad Bitches Only, but only for 21 Savage's voice. So yeah. Next we have BJ the Chicago Kid. I love BJ the Chicago Kid. He released a little EP called, well, I don't know if it was an EP or a mixtape, but it's called The Lost Files of Cuffing Season. And Sweeter Every Day is by far my favorite track on this album. He can sing his ass off. He also has a cover of Can You Handle It / Superstar and Confessions by Usher on here. So I would definitely recommend listening to it. If you're looking for a new R&B person to listen to, that's your guy. And then we had the Black Panther soundtrack. Okay, so here's the thing with the Black Panther soundtrack. I listened to that soundtrack for pretty much the whole month of February and March. Nothing else. Maybe even longer than that, honestly, because I just remember it always being on repeat. I constantly click shuffle over and over and over. The whole thing is good. I don't have like a super duper favorite because I love the whole album, and Kendrick really did an amazing job with the album. Honestly, if it could get nominated for a Grammy in like album of the year, I would totally be fine with that because it actually really is a good album. It's just a great soundtrack and every song on there is good as fuck. Let's just be honest. Redemption, really good. Big Shot, All the Stars, of course, the legendary King's Dead with Future, of course. So those are the standouts. Aryan Ray's, I don't know if these are albums or EPs when they're put on Tidal. It's really confusing for me. I don't know if they're albums or mixtapes because if they're put on Tidal, like I don't know, but I'm gonna call it an album. Aryan Ray's album, Platinum Fire, literally fire from top to bottom. Just go listen to him. Another one that can really sing and that's really pushing out some heat. I really wish people would support more great male R&B singers because everyone's just complaining about Trey Songz and Chris Brown, but it's like There's so many great guys out here that y'all are paying no attention to. So definitely listen to Arian Ray. It's called Platinum Fire. My favorite songs on the project would be Take, Communication, and We Ain't Homies. Wow, I didn't realize how many male singers released things this year. But Jeremiah's Chocolate Box, this was an EP, and another great, cute little release. Absolutely love Forever I'm Ready. I listened to that song so much. I still listen to it like it's brand new. I can literally put it on repeat and be fine with that. Absolutely love it. And I also love Cards Right. Those are my two favorite songs off of that project. Then we have Smoke by Ro James, another EP, another singing ass. Listen, get into them. Outside the Box, how about that, is my favorite. Honestly, this whole thing, now that I'm looking at these songs, like, I don't have a favorite only because there's 4 tracks. So I guess I would say out of the 4, this is my top 4. So it would be Out of the Box, how about that. Devotion would be number 2, Special, and then Lost My Mind would be my least favorite, I guess. I don't know, but it's really good. Please go listen to it, I promise. So jumping back into albums, we have the one and only Chloe and Halle, so cute, Parkwood Girlies. They sing so amazing, like I can't even, I don't know why this album didn't get more attention either, but this album, their album was called The Kids Are Alright. And this album did take some getting into. First listen, I was like, and then I listened to it the second time because I was actually paying attention to what was happening. And it's a really, really good album. I'm obsessed with them. Their performances have been great for this release. And they're going on tour with Dionte and Jay-Z for the North America leg of On the Run tour. So definitely go out and see them. My favorite songs from this album, Baby Bird, absolute favorite, and Happy Without Me. Those are my 2 favorites. But this is also difficult because I really like High Low, and I like The Kids Are Alright. Listen to it. In March, we also have The Weeknd with his Dear Mr. Melancholy, and honestly, I loved it, but what messed it up for me was the fact that he basically said it was a whole different sound before he broke up with Selena. And like, this is kind of Selena's fault that we got the songs that we got. I mean, it's the old Weeknd, but it's, I don't know, like I'm into the new, fun, hip, mainstreamy Weeknd, but I still love the old vibey, drugged, depression one as well. But I was really hoping for something more upbeat, and unfortunately, due to his breakup, this is what we got. But I absolutely enjoy Call Me Out My Name and Wasted Times. Those are my 2 favorites off of that EP. I'm not gonna call that an album. I'm not. That wasn't an album. And the moment that I've been waiting for to discuss, the April release, Cardi B with Invasion of Privacy. Just album of the year with the record of the year on it, like rapper of the year, like give her all the awards because she deserves them. And you can be mad about it, or you can just get with the winning team, you know? Catch up, ho, catch up. Invasion of Privacy completely surpassed everything that I thought I was gonna get. I was like, okay, I like the 2 mixtapes, but let's see how an album is gonna work out, because the mixtapes weren't really of that quality. But bitch, Cardi B, sis did that. The whole album is just fuego from top to bottom. Like, I have nothing bad to say about this album. My favorite, absolute favorite, She Bad with YG. I hope that's the next single. I hope she keeps releasing singles from this album because we deserve it. And I also really love Bickenhead, of course. Those are my 2 favorite songs of this album. So Invasion of Privacy definitely for me is my favorite album that has been released. thus far this year. We still have a few more coming up, but you know, from month 1 to 7, that's it. That's the album right there. That's the one. I don't know what other people are doing. You gotta catch up. Then we have Lit by Playboi Carti. Now, there's 19 tracks on this album, and when you have a rapper like Playboi Carti, it can be a bit difficult to get through the whole album. I just remember everything kind of sounding like one song. I don't know, like I couldn't, I don't know, like it wasn't a bad album. It was definitely a lit album. Like the energy was there, high energy the whole time. Like it was a lot, but I don't really see there being any standouts outside of Poke It Out with Nicki Minaj. And then there was one song that stood out for me the most would be R.I.P. And the reason why that stood out for me was because it samples one of my favorite Jodeci songs, What About Us? And that's the only reason to why I was like obsessing over that song. And that's about it from what I can remember from this album. On to the next one. We have J. Cole. He released KOD, which is an abbreviation for Kids on Drugs. And I don't know what to expect from J. Cole. I wasn't expecting him to come out with an album basically kind of dragging all of these young kids that are like, it's cool to be depressed and to have anxiety and to fix it with drugs. But I also wasn't expecting him to like give me some type of form of ratchet, like drug hippie, like druggy music, because that's not him. But I definitely wasn't expecting what he gave, and I think what he gave was outstanding. My favorites on this album definitely would be The Cutoff, ATM, but also Motive. I don't know, it's difficult. It's a bomb-ass album. So this would be like my #2 favorite album of the year so far. Surprisingly, it's a J. Cole album because I am not the biggest J. Cole fan. So yeah, he's winning me over. And then we have my 3rd favorite album released this year, Janelle Monae with Dirty Computer. Absolutely bomb. Even the movie that she released for the album, bomb. I absolutely love Janelle Monae. I was one of those people that when she came out, I was not feeling her and I just didn't see it for her. And then she dropped that 2nd album and I was like, okay, wait a minute. This is pretty good. I think I can get with this girl. And I went back to listen to her 1st album and I just completely fell in love with her. And Dirty Computer just stamped the stamp on me. Absolutely love her. And she's so clever with her music. It's really, really dope. My absolute favorite songs on here has to be Screwed with Zoe Kravitz, who's suddenly now a rapper. Had no idea that was gonna happen, didn't see that coming at all. And I Got the Juice, but you know what? I like that. Actually, let me switch. I'm gonna retract that. I Like That is actually my favorite song on this whole project. I can listen to that 1,000 times over and over and over. And then it's Screwed, and then it's I Got the Juice, and then it's Pink. Yeah, how many did I just name? That was way more than 2. I know I was supposed to stop at 2. But it's actually paining me to have to review this album the way that I'm about to, because if you know me, you know how much I fucking love Ray Shrum. And it was so difficult getting through this album. I don't know if it was because of the way they released it on a streaming service or what. But let me just say, if y'all are gonna release these double album, triple albums, I beg, please do them in a way that people can actually digest one album at a time. With this album on Tidal, it's set up as Volume 1, Volume 2, and then Volume 3. And I had the fucking hardest time listening to this. I don't know why. I guess in my mind it was just extra long. So Volume 1 was their joint album, which is the group's Ray Strum's album. And then you have Volume 2, and that was Swaycation. And then Volume 3 was Jimmy, what was Jimmy's called? Jim Metro, right? Yeah. And I just could not, I couldn't do it. It was just so long. I couldn't even do my review test where, you know, I play it in the normal way and then I play it in shuffle because there's 3 albums. So I'm trying to digest 3 albums in one sitting, and it was just a lot of music at once. It was just like a lot coming at me. But I'm gonna try my best to pick my favorites from each album. So from this Ray Strum album, I personally like Power Glide, Teed Up, and Close. Those are my 3 favorites. From Swaycation, okay, y'all, I'm gonna be so real. So I thought that Swaycation was gonna be so much better than both of the other 2 albums, and it's actually my least favorite. I literally love Sway Lee, but this album is not. Guatemala. Guatemala would be a song that is worth listening to. I would say Hurt to Look, and that is it from Swaycation. I know, it's so sad. It's so sad. Okay, so on to Jimmy's album, which surprisingly was my favorite album out of the 3 albums released. Yeah, so I wasn't expecting that. Brinks Truck, Antisocial Smokers Club. Janelle is by far my absolute favorite song released from that group of people over there. Absolute favorite. I could listen to it all day long. Now these next few albums, because I feel like it's a lot to digest, I'm gonna make this a part 2 video for these next few albums because I have some things to say about these next few albums. I haven't done a music review or video review for anything in a very long time. So these next few albums are really recent. The most recent one that I'm going to talk about, well, the furthest recent one came out May 11th. So I'm going to wrap this video up, and part 2 is going to be up tomorrow. So I will see you guys there. But while you wait for part 2 to be, you know, released tomorrow, I'm just gonna put some more videos here so you can watch them, and you should click on them, you know? I'm just gonna wait until you click on one.